Hey y'all, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be putting primer on one side of my face, but not the other. I've been wanting to do this video for a little while now, but I just never had filmed it yet. But I wanted to see the difference between putting primer on and not putting primer on. I personally love using primers. I have a whole prep thing that I do, and I'll show y'all what that is. I do have a face prep video that'll be a little more like in depth of what I do. I'll just kind of show you the products that I use. So one half of my face will be primer, other half will be no primer. I think I've explained that already, but that's okay. Even down to the eyes, I'm gonna put my base down here, which I just use concealer, and this side I'm not gonna use anything. And then for my lips, I'm not gonna count chapstick as primer because it doesn't do anything to keep the lipstick on. It's mainly just to help keep the lipstick look smooth. So chapstick is not going to be a required primer, but we are going to do face primer and eye primer, and that's about all the primer I use. So before we get started with this little experiment, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Also be sure to like, comment down below what you'd like to see next. Also be sure to follow me on my socials to get more content and fancy things, and let's get started. Don't have any brow primer. I don't know if, I'm sure there probably is brow primer. I don't have brow primer. I'm just gonna do my brows how I normally do them. Brows are done. I primed this eye, but I did not prime this eye, as you can see. I'm not gonna go too crazy with the makeup just because I don't really feel like wearing lashes today. I'm just gonna do a nice simple look that I can just wear mascara with and not have the big lashes to, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna use the Changement palette from the Morphe 2X Mighty Ziller. I've not used this palette yet. I'm just gonna go into Calm right here. It's a nice brown color. Just gonna go with a nice big fluffy brush. And this side will have no primer. Already the powder doesn't really want to stick very well, and you can kind of see my veins through my eyelid as well through the color, whereas the concealer or primer or whatever you use will help bring that color out more, and it won't be as splotchy because there's I'm trying to get pigment right here and it's just not wanting to stick because there's nothing for it to stick to. So far for the eyes, primer's already winning. So I'm just going to take Awareness of this brown color right there. Take a smaller fluffy brush. Just kind of have it in the outer corner just to deepen it up a little bit. And I'm going to bring it forward a little bit as well just to kind of deepen the crease. No, I might even do more of a halo eye look and have some of that dark up here. And then for this eye, no primer, we're gonna do the same thing. Close up. This eye just looks so much better than this one. So I'm gonna do the little shimmer color, and for one eye, I'm going to cut the crease, and for the other, I'm not gonna cut the crease. One eye is gonna get the concealer, and one eye is not gonna get the concealer. And also, one eye is going to get the setting spray, and one eye is not going to get the setting spray. And I'm just gonna go into Tornado for that shimmer pigment. So I'm gonna go in with the one that's not gonna get setting spray first, just so the brush doesn't get wet and have the setting spray on it. We're gonna do this one first. And it's still pretty, but the setting spray would really bring out that shimmer and pigment, and the concealer gives it something to stick to as well. I'm gonna go into Tornado again with the setting spray, pack it on. There's a big difference there already. I have this shimmer with the concealer and setting spray compared to this one. Like, it just brings it out more and it gives the pigment something to stick to, whereas this is just kind of barely there. This has all the shimmer. I'm just going to the fluffy brush real quick just to kind of pat the edges and blend the edges together. I'm gonna skip on the eyeliner today. I might do the eyeliner like tight line, but that's about it. I don't really feel like doing a wing because if I add a wing I have to do lashes and I don't want to do lashes. I'm just gonna skip on the eyeliner, but I am gonna tight line. Okay, so apparently my battery is dying, but for this half of my face, my right side of my face, is going to have e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. It's going to have this e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. It's going to have the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And it's also going to have the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Now I go in with this one first, and then I'll go in with the oil control one, and then I go in with the power grip, and then this one's mainly like around my nose and like T-zone area. Those are my primers, and then I also add a little bit of setting spray on top, so I'm gonna do setting spray just on this side. My camera's dying, so I'm having to like hurry this up, not film, because I was gonna film showing like me just doing my makeup, but that's not gonna happen because battery's dying. That's the primers I use. I'm gonna come back when makeup's finished, show you afterwards, and then I'll do not daily, but just more checkups during the day, and then we'll go from there. Okay, psych, filming on my phone. I already started putting on moisturizer, and then I thought, wait a minute, I can just film on my phone while the battery's charging. So I don't know how much storage I'm gonna have on my phone to be able to film, but we're gonna try. Tell you what, this is interesting having to control how much I put out because I'm not doing a whole face. I'm only doing half. I feel like I'm like crooked. I apologize for that. Next, I'm gonna go with the oil control. I'm gonna shake it first. I like to spray it in my hand instead of on my face. Okay, next is the Power Grip Primer. Now obviously you don't have to have this many steps. For your primer, you can literally just have one primer and like that be it. But I just kind of like how it looks a little bit for here, here, and here. Do my best to keep it on one side of the face. And then when I go back in my setting spray at the very end of the like makeup, I'm gonna do that on only that one side. Now that I have all my primers on this side and none on this side, I'm gonna go into the makeup. This feels so wrong. I might be crazy, but I think this side looks more full coverage than this side does. This is the side that has all the powders, not powders, the primers, and this side doesn't. But I feel like this side is a little more full coverage, like fuller. This is up close. This is the side with no primer, but at the moment it looks pretty good. The eyes could definitely use some work. Now this side, the eye is popping, and I think the highlight's popping on this side. The highlight is really popping on this side. I can see it in person, whereas this one, I can't see it in person. I guess I'll check back in a couple hours and show you how it's all looking, but at the moment it looks pretty fine. The only difference I can tell so far is just the eyes. I can see my veins in this one. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I can see my veins on this one, and the glitter is a lot more sparkly on the primer side than this side. So far I like the eyes more with primer, but we'll see how this side lasts throughout the rest of the day and the night, and how this side with like stands up. Check back in soon. Whoops. This is the 3-hour checkup. This is the primer side. Looking pretty nice. I'm a little sweaty because we just got back inside. It's really hot outside. We went shopping. This is the non-primer side. See if we can get a close-up there. Can't really tell any differences so far with the face, but I do feel like I'm sweating more on this side than this side. And the eyes definitely have you can notice this is the primer side. It looks a whole lot better than this side with no primer. Yep, that's the 3-hour checkup. Here is update number 2. I'm a little sweaty because I just came inside because it is hot outside. 5 seconds outside and you're like dripping in sweat. This is what we're looking like so far. Right side, a little sweaty, but that's how we're looking. And the left side, I just feel like I'm a lot more sweaty. You see on this side it's a lot more, I haven't wiped sweat off at all because I didn't want to touch the makeup or anything. So you see there's a lot more sweat on this side than this side. You see that? So I feel like even like right in here, I'm a lot more sweatier on the no primer side than the primer side. That's what I've noticed so far. I'm just more sweaty on this side. And I haven't like oil blotted or like anything because I don't have any oil blots, but I just don't want to do anything that would mess up or touch the makeup at all. So I'll do another checkup before I go to bed because I'm just not ready to go to bed yet. So one more check-in and then we'll give the final results. So this is the makeup that we are ending the night with. I started this makeup around, don't know when I started the makeup, but we left the house at 2 p.m. It is now, I'm recording on my phone. It's now 12:09, I think it was. So it's been a good while. This is what we are left with. I will forever and always be using concealer to do my eyes because this is not it. Still really the only thing that's like super messed up is like the eyeliner on the outer corner. That always happens to me. This eye is definitely better than this eye. It's almost looking like right here in my crease. Like it's not really there. You see that? Like the shadow's not there in my crease there. But on this side it is. And the shimmer is shimmering. The pigment looks so much better. It's not splotchy on the pigment on the primer side. Whereas this side, when I got a whole like rainbow in my crease where the pigment's gone. The glitter is, well the shimmer, not glitter, it was a shimmer shade. Shimmer is not doing good on this eye. It's very splotchy in some areas. Onto other parts of the face, like the forehead kind of looks the same on both sides. The only real differences is like around like this area versus this area. You can really see the pores on this side, whereas this side it's not as much. So I think the makeup washed off a lot over here than it did over here from sweat and stuff throughout the day. The nose is about the same. I was rubbing it a lot. The chin, well, chin kind of looks bad on both sides, I think, but probably from eating and stuff, so that's kind of normal. I think around the mouth, there's less makeup on this side of my mouth than this side, and obviously the gloss is gone now. Just doing a comparison, I just don't like the way this side looks over this side, so I'm gonna keep using primer. I feel like I'm a lot more shinier on this side than this side. Final judgment, wear your primers. I was hoping this would be like a lot more dramatic of a reveal, but not as dramatic as I was hoping it would be, but still enough that would keep me wanting to keep using primers, especially on the eyes. God, this eye is so much prettier than this one. Wear your primers. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I think this just looks more flawless than this side does at the end of the day. And I'm a perfectionist, so I do like my makeup to be perfect as I can get it. So I guess that's it for this video. Primers win. No primer loses. Let me know if there's anything else that you would like me to test out, like compare or whatever, in the comments down below. And be sure to subscribe before you leave. Hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Also, leave a comment and like the video. And be sure to follow me on all my socials to get more content, behind the scenes things, and yeah. Bye. I'm gonna go into calm that. I'm just gonna go into. Lost my mirror. Kind of cute. I don't know how to describe what I'm saying, but. One second.
Hey, squeaky toy. I mess up. Hey, squeaky.
I'm doing a thumbnail. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'm not even at all. 1 second. If I can just sit up more, there's so much above me. A wasp is staring at me. My phone just moved, so I apologize for these crusty lips.